All right, so you can hear me waffling a little bit about like, what is worth doing, what's not. And that's where you really got to draw the line and just know like, we kind of draw the line between a marketing image and a presentation image. And so a presentation image is used to describe a design and paint the picture. And it's the idea is, do you like what you see? Well, it's not photorealistic and it's not meant to be absolute perfection. It's meant to paint the idea, give you a visual. If you like the visual, we're going to move in that direction. That's what we're going to build. A marketing image is something that you might, and then the presentation graphic is something that you're going to crumble up, throw away, and you're going to render it again and represent it. A marketing image is one that you're going to agonize over and you're going to get that perfect placement. And maybe you're just doing like one image and that one image is going to render it, poster size, and we're going to put it on a billboard or hang it in front of the job site. That's a marketing image. And I got to be honest, we don't do a ton of marketing images. Where Lumion comes into play and SketchUp and this whole workflow, it's not about marketing images. It's about presenting your design and selling the idea and being able to churn this stuff out so fast and not getting hung up on the fact that that siding material could be better. I agree. It could, there's a lot of things that could be better about any of these images. The point is, we whipped this whole thing into shape with, under 10 hours for this whole project. So it's not meant to be a portfolio project. It's meant to communicate the paint colors, the landscape design, sell the image, and do it at a cost that's reasonable. In order to do it at a reasonable price, it has to be done fast. So that's what we're up to. All right. So let's hop back in there and we're going to open up SketchUp. We're going to make a few tweaks in SketchUp, flip-flopping the paint colors. We're going to fix the backyard and then reconnect it with LiveSync and re-render these. So let's do some revisions. All right, so back here in Lumion, we'll just head back to build mode. And just to clearly illustrate what's going on here, I'm gonna head over there, split my screen in SketchUp, and here's my SketchUp model. Here's my Lumion scene, and I clicked on that LiveSync button, and now we're kind of getting things synced back up. That way, I can work on my SketchUp model and instantaneously see the changes made inside of Lumion. So that takes just a moment. You can see it's kind of hanging on, but once it gets synced up, it's all in real time. All right, there we go. All right, so now what we're gonna do, I think the first thing I wanna do, it's kind of an easy fix. Like, see this backyard? Let's see. See how it's just like really kind of lumpy? I don't know. It's something that you can fix rather easily, and we'll fix it here with while we're in like real time. So I'm just going to delete this. We're going to get rid of that. All right. And then I'm going to select all of this again, this entire outline, and we're going to go back to our soap bubble. There we go. And then I'm just going to create a new soap bubble on there. Because if you remember, I used the artisan tools and I did a bunch of editing and tweaking. And, I think I just want to kind of get it back to like a nice, smooth, maybe 25 divisions. And let's do 50. Like that. Hit enter. All right, and then it's going to kind of recalculate that grade and break it all down. It'll be interesting to see how the soap bubble works with Lumion LiveSync. So far, so good. It's kind of continuing to update in real time. All right, so now let's just try and get a good look at it. Gosh, and I wonder if I can paint it. This would be interesting. Let's try this. Let's. I won't get ahead of myself. Let's just select this guy, and then we're going to make it into a soap bubble. All right, and then down here at the bottom right corner of my SketchUp window, I could say like 25. What I was going to say is I want to see this with like 3D grass on it, like what it does when the soap skin bubble starts going and it's got like the 3D grass on it in Lumion. I'm curious how that'll work. Like, see how it's growing, it bubbled up there? Let's try it. Why not? All right, so I'm just gonna head back over here. I'm slightly concerned that when I add a material, it's gonna like remove the soap bubble functionality, but I don't know that for a fact. So we'll just sample this. I hold Alt, what is that, option on a Mac. Sample that, come back over here And let's see if, yeah, wow, that was quick actually. There you go. All right, so now we've got like our 3D grass happening. All right, and then let's go select this, and I think I can continue to edit that soap skin bubble, and maybe do like -1, enter, and let's see it like go back down. This is pretty wild. If you're hearing some beeping and some rumbling, there's some heavy construction going on just around the corner. All right, so now look at that. It's in real time. We're seeing our 3D grass. This is completely unnecessary, but it's kind of cool to watch. I'm gonna turn my camera where I'm more concerned about like this zone right here and how that's gonna end up grading. So let's take a look. And it's moving real slow. I'm sure because I have all this stuff going on with birds flying and 3D grass and this and that. So probably a smarter thing to do would be to turn off LiveSync and run this operation. But that's looking good. I think we're in good shape. So I think at this point, I'm just gonna activate my select tool, and we'll just go in here and let's expand this default tray out, and I'm going to soften all these edges, and also soften coplanar like that. All right, so now we have kind of one nice smooth grade, so that's better. And in hindsight, I think I would have tried to flatten this site out, just to give a better representation of what it is. But that looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of a nicer grading for that. All right, so then the other thing I need to do, let's just kind of maximize this for just a moment, and I'm going to turn off LiveSync, because at this point, we have so many trees and everything going on. Here's what I'm going to do: is in Lumion, we're going to turn off that layer 2, just to get rid of all the trees, and I'm going to hit F1. And when I hit F1, that knocks it way down, and so now I should be feeling a little bit lighter in here. That helped a little bit. All right, so what I need to do now is flip-flop the colors so that this color is down low and this color is up high, and I should still have those swatches living in here somewhere. We need our layer always off to be on, like that. And so now, did I get rid of those swatches? No, I didn't. So here's our swatches. And so I'll move those straight up. All right, so that way they're easily available for me to sample. And so then I guess what I'm going to do, the question, actually this is another good question. Let's just see, while LiveSync is cranking, if I like mess with my SketchUp material, I'm wondering if it's actually going to change the color in Lumion, or if I'm going to have to do this inside of Lumion. So I'm going to take this guy, and we're going to edit it, and we're going to match it to a color on my screen. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of, is, because I assigned properties to it and all that, and colorized it, it's not going to totally update the way I really want it to. So that's okay. We'll change the SketchUp model. I'm going to match a color like that. So that's the look we're going for, is the darker color down low, and maybe this is just a bit too dark. I wonder, I don't know like what the easiest way to fix this is. I'm going to think this one through. I think one thing I could do is kind of kill the texture in Lumion. So I could go in here and let's see what happens if I were to just remove, like here, let's see, it has colorization. And so I'm going to try just like removing this. But before I do that, I'm going to copy the material. We're going to go to the material library, and we're just going to go with the imported material. My question is the imported material going to be light or not? And so it's thinking. And so I want to see this show up as that color. All right, so that didn't really happen. So yeah, whatever that means, I guess it means that like once a SketchUp color is imported, because this is it's just a color. It comes in right, but if you're going to mess with the sliders, it's not going to mess with the colorization in Lumion. So I think for this, then what I would do, watch this trick. All right, let's try something else. All right, we're gonna go, I'm gonna make this into, this is an image, so I can explode it, and then I'm gonna draw a square around this. I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna make this a unique texture like that. And so now what I want is, instead of using a color, I'm gonna use this as a swatch. All right, and that swatch will update. But what I need to do then is select this, and we're gonna edit this. We're gonna kick it out into Photoshop. And then I'm gonna save it as Worldly Gray, or maybe SW7043. And then we're gonna load it onto our other material. The trickier part is gonna be the siding and getting that to work right. So I don't know. We're gonna save this one as SW7043. So I'll just save this to desktop temp SW. Oh, it's already called SW Worldly Gray. We'll just stick with that. All right, so it's a JPEG. Okay, and then what I can do is we'll split our screens for this one so we can see it happen. All right, so now this up top, this color right here, this material, I need to use a texture image, and I'm going to go desktop temp, and we're going to go SW Worldly Gray. Choose open. Now, so see, Lumion's thinking about that one, so that should kind of force that nicer material in there. And also, Lumion doesn't look so great right now because, remember, I hit F1 and knocked down the quality of the rendering. So, because I was hoping for some more speed out of it. There we go, coming back alive here. Yeah. So while that's loading up, the trickier part here is, let's turn on F4, get nicer shadows. So that's what we're up against. So I think we're good there. You know, it's funny because now, and maybe it just happened like right in front of my eyes, but it's like now things are shaping up the way we want them to. You know, the bottom is dark, the top is light, and maybe that could have just used a reload. But I am treading in some kind of different areas here of workflow where this isn't totally typical, but this is the type of stuff that we all get into. It's good to see how to back out of it. All right. So again, with LiveSync going, we turned off that layer. All right. So, you know, we fixed our backyard. We fixed the paint colors. And that last little piece of this, the driveway, you know, you can see that it's just like too darn perfect. I am going to turn LiveSync off. We're just going to stop it altogether. All right, and then I'll maximize my SketchUp window, and we're going to fix this driveway. So let's do this. I'm going to take this. Let's look at our default tray here. Make that kind of hang tight right there, and we're going to turn always off back on. And what we need to do is we need to get this driveway piece back. You can see that it's missing. So we're going to bring that back, and then we're going to use, kind of flatten the shape of it, and then we're going to kind of drape that onto the site. If you like this video, click the BD button to subscribe to our channel. Every week we post new videos covering SketchUp, layout, Lumion, and our Condoc Tools extension. If you are a professional architect or interior designer, you're going to love our tutorials.